Today I want to share with you 10 of my favorite items that I find valuable in making my life easier as a teacher all year long.
These are a few of my favorite things.
FYI, this is not a vlog about Post-its or markers, okay? Hello lovely folks, Alexa Borota here. Welcome back to my back to school series. If you don't know me, I teach high school English and I feel that we could use more high school teaching vloggers. So I reflected deeply on items that I find myself using either on a constant weekly basis or a constant daily basis that I feel I would be really upset to live without, and I tried to choose things that weren't super obvious. What teacher doesn't like Post-its? I came up with 10 items. Most of these are in-class items. However, some of them are not supplies for the classroom. They are simply things that keep me feeling good, keep me feeling energized. Here we go. First and foremost, a laminator. And don't forget the pouches. I have had this laminator for 9 years. I purchased mine at Walmart. You can also find it on Amazon. Walmart is selling it right now for $30.50. Amazon is currently selling it for $23. I don't know if that's going to last. I have a link for it in the description box if you want to purchase one. Probably my #1 investment. I use this for everything, both at school and also in my home. Signs, letters, labeling, bathroom and hall passes, bulletin board printouts. I create more small group hands-on materials with this laminator that I could ever count, because why would you go through the effort of giving students materials just for them to tear up the paper and have to throw it away? I laminate everything. #2, I buy spray paint. Some of us will search for certain supplies so that things in our classroom match. Having a can that are the colors of the theme of your classroom will save you so much money. In the past, I have spray painted a bookshelf, I have spray painted filing cabinets, and it really brightened up my room. If you decide to change the theme in your room, maybe you decide that you don't like or you're tired of what you're doing, just buy some spray paint and go to town. I prefer the brand Rust-Oleum. It has a big 2X on the front of it. It works, it looks nice every single time I use it, and it's super affordable. I buy cans of spray paint anywhere from $5 to $10. My 2 colors this year are Espresso Brown. Something about the word espresso kind of got me, though I did just spray paint a few things out in my yard, and as I'm spray painting, it kind of looks like poop, but I think it'll blend nicely. I also purchased Satin Moss, which looks a little like the color behind me. All of the bright school supplies that I had when I taught middle school, I keep them, I spray paint them. Why wouldn't we all have cans of spray paint and save ourselves some money? 3 is so important, tools. Get yourself a teacher toolbox, and I'm talking about a real one, not some Google Drive folder. Things break, things fall down. You will want to hang things on your walls. You will create things, and it's annoying to have to bring work issues home. So to avoid going through your own tools at home and then having to bring them to the classroom with you the next day, just keep a handful of tools in your classroom. My most used tools are definitely a hammer and a variety of nails. Definitely some measuring tape, a screwdriver, and this brings me to #4, painter's tape. I don't even know where to start in terms of how often I use painter's tape. Almost every single day. Let's pretend for 1 second you don't know what painter's tape is. It's not very sticky. It's a little sticky, it's not very sticky. Now think about all the benefits of a tape like this in a classroom. You can put it on your walls and it will not tear the paint. It comes in a variety of colors. Personally, I love the purple, the lime green, and the teal. In the past, I've actually used this on my whiteboard to divide my whiteboard into sections. My bell ringer section, homework, our agenda for the day. It peels off the board very easily. It does not leave that sticky residue. It doesn't tear folders, so it's really great for labeling. I provide my students with folders, and instead of asking them to write their name on their folder, I give them painter's tape, and their name goes on the painter's tape. So as long as their folders are in great condition, I can just peel the painter's tape off and reuse those folders the following year. And you know that it comes in handy when I'm spray painting. #5, lots and lots of anchor chart paper, especially if you're in a classroom that does not have a lot of whiteboard space. There are so many different types of anchor chart paper. I prefer just the plain white. I create posters out of them, small group discussions, small group activities. It's so beneficial for them to be able to write on anchor chart paper. They could be standing, they could be sitting. Technology is wonderful, but guess what? Sometimes technology doesn't work, it messes up, and honestly, it becomes quite frustrating to constantly ask your students, go online for this and go online for that and open up this tab. You can layer anchor charts, they don't take up a ton of space. When I'm teaching a new skill, I like to create an anchor chart. When I'm done, roll it up, set it aside, save it so I can reuse it the following year. Now, some anchor chart paper has the adhesive on the back and some do not. When it comes to creating and saving posters, I do not like the adhesive. It wrinkles the paper, everything sticks together. There are benefits to having the adhesive and the non-adhesive. 6, now this might sound kind of random, I find myself using these hanging clips on my walls all the time. Now, you might be thinking of those large white adhesive hanging clips. I've tried those. They always fall down. They are good for maybe holding a hall pass and that's it. I like hanging clips because they take up very little space. They don't damage the wall and I can move them around year after year. If I know I'm going to be using something often, I just like to be able to reach over and grab it. Something about those white hooks. I always find myself just, oh, I'll get one just for this. And I regret buying those white hooks every time. The hooks that I've been buying, if I'm pronouncing it right, Fomansh. A pack of 4 is $12. I love the black. I just continue to buy these particular hooks because they work for me and I want everything to match. You could always spray paint them. The possibilities of what you can hang and display in your classroom with hooks are endless. You can even create extra storage in your closets, in your filing cabinets with hooks. 7, I use a lot of storage bins. Bins can be used to hold books, collect student work, give out small group materials. They're helpful in organizing your storage closet. It's so nice when you can just pull out a bin, write what is inside of the bin on a piece of painter's tape, slap it on the bin, change the painter's tape, the label out if you decide to change the purpose of the bin. There's a really good chance that your school has bins for you. It doesn't hurt to ask your colleague if they have any extra bins. I feel like we all go through seasons or phases where one second we do not have enough bins and the next we have way too many and we're happy to give them to someone who needs them. If you divide your classes into colors, which I highly suggest, having bins that match the color of that particular class helps keep you organized. It's a great visual for students to be able to find their work. If their class color is purple, I suggest purple bins, purple folders, purple notebooks. Now, my last 3 favorites are not necessarily classroom supplies. Let me just ask you a question. On Sundays or Saturdays or whenever it is you decide to prep your lunches, if you prep your lunches, you sometimes dread prepping your lunch. But I found a system that really works for me. I literally prep my lunch for the week as well as my lunches for my kids. And I found these containers that make it so easy to do. Bento boxes. Have one for every day of the week. The difference between lunch prepping with a regular piece of Tupperware and a bento box is that, let's say you're cutting up an apple and you have extra apple. You can put that extra apple in one of your bento boxes for any day of the week. I'm a picker, so if I am making 2 salads, or if I'm cutting up all these different vegetables, or if I'm cutting up a sandwich, it does not all have to go in one piece of Tupperware. I can divide it within the bento boxes. They're stackable, they help with portion control. I find myself using bento boxes at home when I'm storing leftovers more than other Tupperware because you can keep things separate. You know, you keep pasta in one side, sauce in the other. You have dressing in one, you have your leftover salad in the other. You have cheese in one, you have your salsa in the other. I always order the brand EasyLunchBoxes. You get 4 for $14 and they are the perfect size. I order mine on Amazon. You just lay out all your bento boxes, start chopping, start cooking, start putting your sandwiches together. Boop, 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 boop. 8 is liquid IV hydration packets. If I have to wear a mask while I'm teaching, which I've had to do for some time and I know I'm going to have to do come September, I drink a lot less water. We need to be hydrated. If we rely on caffeine to get us going, we are going to crash and we are going to get headaches. Water is the best thing. Being hydrated is the best thing you can do for yourself. I started buying these last year. They come in all different flavors. I've tried lemon lime, orange, passion fruit. These are the packets. My favorite one right now is this one, tangerine. I'm just reading off the back here. It is non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, vegan. Its major selling point is CTT, cellular transport technology. All I know is I feel good after having one of these babies. Stay hydrated, folks. Now, I promise I am not trying to sell you number 9. If you follow me here on YouTube and watch my videos, or if you follow me on Instagram, you know I like my shakes and I like my Shakeology. Shakeology, but also a blender. A little blender, a big blender, a ninja, something to blend these things. These shakes fuel me, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Shakeology. I find that I have so much more energy during the day if I eat a light lunch and then follow it with a shake. But I'm never starving and I always feel good. Now, I'm not going to give you the whole spiel of why I like Shakeology so much, but here's what I will tell you. They offer these little packets. I just keep these packets in my classroom. I have my Ninja. I always have my own water, and I keep an ice cube tray in the freezer. My students always think I'm drinking milkshakes. If I'm having a chocolate craving, chocolate Shakeology, a chocolate shake. I'm saying Shakeology because that's what I use, but shakes. They're never going anywhere. Number 10 is definitely something that you have seen in my vlogs if you follow me, and that is a diffuser. I love my diffuser. I even have one in my house right here. You see that guy? I'm sure that you've heard of the chemicals and allergens that are released in candles and the plugins. They smell great, and I still love me a good candle. Fall's coming up, pumpkin, apple pie. It's nice. But in my book, diffuser wins. There are so many oils and scents out there. I enjoy mixing them. So many people have allergies to candles and plugins. They don't even realize it. Think about all the students that come and go in your classroom. If you have a plug-in going, I use plugins for years. They smell amazing. But if you know that there is an option out there that is safer, healthier, smells just as great as a plug-in, affordable, to me it's a no-brainer. Students ask me about my diffuser all the time. They enjoy looking at my oils. They enjoy being the ones to put the oil in the diffuser. I'm really surprised at how many students have no idea what a diffuser is. At home, I spend a little more money on Revive and Young Living oils. They're a little pricey, but you do not have to spend that kind of money on oils. I just bought these from Walmart, Vanilla Dream and Cinnamon. I think each one was $5, and these will last me at least a month. Consider for one moment what you are breathing in every single day with a candle or a plug-in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should really look into it, because this is your body, and this is the body of students that we're talking about. Now, the diffuser that I have in my classroom cost me $40. You can definitely buy diffusers that are less expensive. Be careful, because the ones that are less expensive tend to be smaller, and if nobody can smell the diffuser, then what is the purpose of it? Because these kids have BO. I found that the price and the size of the diffuser in my room is perfect. And that's it. Those are some of my favorites. I certainly have a few more. I would love if you shared in a comment one of your classroom favorites. We're all thinking about back to school supplies and what we need. Oftentimes we think about what the students need in order to work, whether it be scissors or glue sticks or paper, or what we need for our bulletin boards. But stop for a moment and realize something. All of these supplies that you might be thinking about are not as important as your well-being and your energy. What good are Post-its and glue and markers if the person who is creating the activities and facilitating the activities is stressed out or tired or annoyed or frustrated? Before you go out and buy, number 1, make sure you check with your school. See if they have the supplies for you. Check your house. You wouldn't believe the things that you have around your house that you could spray paint or that you could turn into a project and save yourself $20, $30, $40, $50, $100. Oh, a little black table in the garage that's a little broken. What could you possibly do with that? Hot glue it and spray paint it. Classroom furniture. And 3, as you're deciding how to spend your money, ask yourself how that item is really going to serve you. Do you really need 4 packs of highlighters? Do you really need more colored paper when you have this much in your storage cabinet? Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Hit those notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye.